Welcome back. Let me ask you something. Have you ever sat in a quiet house, just hearing the clock tick, and wondered to yourself, is this all there is? Have you ever felt that little pang, that small ache in your chest, when you see the neighbors have their family over for a cookout, and you don't? For so many of us in our golden years, that silence can feel heavy. It can feel daunting. And I want you to know, it's not just a feeling of being sad. Top medical studies, from respected journals like JAMA, show that chronic loneliness can impact your physical health as severely as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Yes. 15 cigarettes. It can affect your blood pressure. It can disrupt your sleep. It can even start to cloud your memory. But today, speaking as your family doctor, I want to share a powerful truth I've learned from my patients over decades. There is a massive, life-changing difference between being alone and being lonely. And I truly believe that learning how to enjoy your own company, on your own terms, is the most powerful key to finding peace, freedom, and lasting health in these years. I'm not talking about theory. I'll never forget my patient, Arthur. His wife had passed away, and his children were clear across the country in California. The first time he came to my office, he looked down at his hands and said, "Doctor, I feel invisible." He told me he just sat in his recliner, all day long, watching television, just waiting for the phone to ring. 6 months later, I saw him again. A completely different man. He sat up straight, looked me in the eye, and said, "I'm busier than I've ever been, and I'm happier than I've ever been." And guess what? He still lived alone. Arthur's secret wasn't running out to find new friends. His secret was discovering 6 psychologically proven ways to turn that empty loneliness into what we call purposeful solitude. In this video, I am going to share those exact 6 strategies with you. These are not vague ideas. These are simple, practical, and free steps you can start using today. And please, make sure you stay with me until strategy number 6. It's the one Arthur told me changed everything. A simple way to reconnect with the world, without having to join some loud club or force a conversation. Before we dive in, I truly want to know how many of you have faced this. If what I just shared feels familiar, please comment a simple yes below. It shows me you understand, and it shows others they are not alone. Okay, let's get started. Alright, let's dive into our list. Strategy number 1. Embrace solitude as an opportunity. So many of us, we're afraid of the silence, aren't we? From the moment we were children, we were taught that happiness means being with people. A full house, a busy table, the sound of laughter. It's a wonderful thing. But because of this, when we find ourselves in a quiet home, maybe after the kids have grown and moved on, or after a long, busy career finally ends, that quiet can feel wrong. It can feel empty. It can feel like we've been left behind, or that we've failed somehow. That silence feels like a sign of loneliness. But as your doctor, I see this from a different perspective. For 40, 50, or even 60 years, your brain was in a constant state of reaction. Reacting to the kids needing breakfast, reacting to your boss's email, reacting to the needs of your spouse, reacting to the traffic. Your brain never truly got a chance to just be. It was always on. Psychologists have a term for this. They talk about the need for our minds to process our lives, to file things away, to make sense of our journey. Without quiet, we can't do that. We just stack one experience on top of another, year after year, until we feel overwhelmed and anxious, and we don't even know why. This is why this feeling of emptiness can hit so hard after 60. It's not a weakness. It's a lifetime of conditioning. You spent half a century being the caregiver, the provider, the problem solver. And you were wonderful at it. But in that process, many of us, we forgot who we are when we're not doing something for someone else. Now, suddenly, you have this incredible gift. It's the gift of time. But it feels like a burden because no one ever taught us how to simply be with ourselves. This is where that symptom of guilt comes in. Does this sound familiar? You sit down with a good book, and your mind starts racing. I should be dusting, or I should be doing the laundry, or I should call someone. Or you find yourself turning on the television, not even to watch a specific show, but just for the noise, just to fill the space. That constant, restless feeling, that anxiety in the silence, that is the symptom. There's fascinating science here. Your brain has something called the default mode network. It's a part of your brain that only truly activates when you are not focused on an outside task, when you are sitting quietly, daydreaming, or just being with your own thoughts. This network is crucial for consolidating your memories, for processing your emotions, and for developing your deep sense of self. When we constantly fill the void with noise, we are starving this vital part of our brain. This is why people who learn to embrace solitude often report feeling more creative, more at peace, and having a clearer, sharper mind. They are, quite literally, healing their own brains. I'm thinking of a patient of mine, Margaret. A lovely woman, a retired school teacher. She came to me feeling, well, blue, as she put it. She told me she felt guilty. I asked her why. She said she felt guilty because she would sit down with a novel at 9 in the morning and felt like she was being lazy. We talked about this idea of her time. Now, she calls 9 a.m. her sacred hour. She makes a cup of tea, she puts on some classical music, and she reads. She told me, with a tear in her eye, "Doctor, for the first time in 50 years, I don't have to hurry for anyone." She found her peace, not by filling her life with more noise, but by embracing the quiet. So, here is my prescription for you. I want you to stop automatically reaching for the remote control. Stop feeling guilty for not being busy. The next time you feel that anxious silence, just sit with it. Just for 1 minute. Just breathe. Then, I want you to ask yourself a question you probably haven't asked in years. What do I actually want to do right now? Maybe it's digging out that old paintbrush set. Maybe it's finally starting that family tree you've thought about. Maybe it's just sitting by the window and watching the birds. Pick up one. Just one of those old hobbies you never had time for. And let's be very clear about something. This is not about becoming a hermit. It's not about pushing people away. This is not selfish. It is, quite simply, recharging. It's about filling your own cup, so that when you are with your family or friends, you are present and peaceful, not running on empty. Number 2. Create meaning through personal rituals. Now, this leads right from that first point. When you retire, or when you live alone, the old structure of your life, it just vanishes. The alarm clock for work, the rush hour commute, the 5 p.m. rush to make dinner for the family. And what's left? The days can just blur together. Monday feels like Wednesday, which feels just like Saturday. This lack of structure is disorienting. It can make you feel adrift, like a small boat without a rudder. And that's a direct path to feeling low, out of sorts, and out of control. This is where rituals come in. Now, when I say ritual, I'm not talking about anything complicated or mystical. I'm talking about small, intentional, repeated acts. From a psychological standpoint, these rituals are anchors. They are anchors for your day, and they are anchors for your mind. They send a powerful, subconscious signal to your brain that says, all is well. There is order. There is something small and good to look forward to. They are, in essence, a profound form of self-care. They are a promise you keep to yourself, and keeping promises, even to yourself, builds self-respect. Why is this so vitally important now? Because all your old rituals were probably built around other people. Making breakfast for the kids, driving them to school, the Friday night dinner with your spouse, the weekly staff meeting. Those external structures are gone. And that's okay. But you must create new internal structures that are just for you. This is how you reclaim your time. This is how you give your days a shape that feels good and supportive. If you find yourself waking up and just staying in your bathrobe until noon, or maybe forgetting what day of the week it is, or feeling a low-grade sense of what's the point, that is the symptom. That is the symptom of a life without anchors. It's that feeling of just floating. Rituals are the antidote to floating. The research on this is wonderful. Studies in positive psychology and aging show that seniors who maintain simple, consistent daily rituals report significantly higher levels of life satisfaction and lower rates of depression. Why? Because these rituals trigger the release of happy chemicals, like dopamine, in a small, predictable way. When you look forward to that first cup of coffee, brewed just the way you like it, that anticipation is dopamine. When you complete your small ritual, you get a tiny, private sense of accomplishment. It's a win. And these small wins add up, day after day, building a solid foundation of contentment. I'm thinking of my patient, David, a brilliant man, a former engineer. He was absolutely lost after he retired. His whole life had been about structure, schedules, and problem solving. He told me he felt useless. So, we talked. We didn't try to solve the world's problems. We just gave him a new, simple structure. Now, every single morning, he grinds his own coffee beans. He calls it making a proper cup of coffee. He sits down and does the newspaper crossword puzzle. In ink, he proudly tells me. And then, he walks exactly 1 mile. Rain or shine. He told me, "Doctor, it's simple. I know it's simple. But it gives me a reason to get out of bed. It's my time. So, let's build your ritual. Start small. I mean, incredibly small. Don't try to change your whole life tomorrow. Maybe it's just this. The moment you wake up, before your feet even hit the floor, you take 5 deep, slow breaths. That's it. That's your ritual. Or maybe you decide that every Sunday, you will cook yourself a nice meal. Not just a sandwich out of the fridge. A proper meal with a placemat. Or maybe, like David, it's a morning walk. Or perhaps it's an evening ritual. 10 minutes of gentle stretching before bed, or lighting a candle and just being quiet. It doesn't matter what it is. The only rules are that it has to be for you, and it has to be intentional. This isn't a chore. This is a celebration. It's you telling yourself, I am worth this moment. I'm curious. Do you already have a ritual that starts your day? If you do, share it with us. Please, comment, my ritual, below. You never know, your simple idea might be the one that inspires someone else here today. Number 3. Invest in lifelong learning. There is a terrible, terrible myth in our society. A myth that learning is just for the young. That you go to school, you have a career, and then you stop. You retire. And your brain, well, it retires too. Many people I talk to, they're almost afraid. They're afraid of technology, afraid of the computer or the smartphone. They feel like their minds aren't as sharp as they used to be. So, why bother trying? As your doctor, I am telling you, this is one of the most dangerous and false beliefs an older adult can hold. Here is the biological truth. Your brain is not a concrete block. It is not finished. It is a dynamic, living, changing thing. We have a wonderful word for it in medicine. Neuroplasticity. It means your brain can, and does, change, adapt, and create new pathways. Right up until your very last day. That old saying, use it or lose it. Well, it's the absolute 100% medical truth. When you learn something new, whether it's a word in Spanish or a new recipe, you are literally building a new road in your brain. You are making it stronger, more flexible, and more resilient. And here's the beautiful part. When you were younger, you had to learn for a reason. To pass a test, to get a promotion, to help your kids with their algebra homework. Now, you get to learn for the purest, most wonderful reason of all. Joy. Pure, simple curiosity. This isn't about getting a degree or earning a certificate. It's about feeding your mind. When you stop learning, your world starts to shrink. It gets smaller and smaller. But when you keep learning, your world and your mind keep expanding. If you feel foggy, or you find yourself bored, or you feel like the world is passing you by, and you don't understand it anymore, that is a symptom. It's a symptom of a mind that is hungry. It's asking for a challenge. It's asking for something new. The evidence for this is overwhelming. Major long-term studies on aging and brain health, from places like Harvard and the National Institute on Aging, all point to the exact same thing. Seniors who engage in regular mentally stimulating activities. It doesn't matter what, it could be learning a new language, doing puzzles, reading history, even learning how to use an iPad to video call the grandkids. They have a significantly lower risk of cognitive decline and memory loss. It is truly like taking your brain to the gym. You are actively protecting your memory for the years to come. Let me tell you about Susan. 72 years old. She told me she always wanted to learn about ancient Egypt. Her whole life, she was too busy raising kids and working. So, what did she do? She went to her local library and got a book. Just one book. Then, her granddaughter showed her YouTube. Now, she sits with her cup of tea and watches free documentaries and university lectures from professors at big colleges. She is the family expert on the pyramids. She told me, "Doctor, I feel sharper and more interesting now than I did 10 years ago." She wasn't just learning about history. She was building a new, happier, and more confident version of herself. So, I want you to be like Susan. Pick one. Just one thing you've always been curious about. Just one. You don't have to sign up for a college course. Go to your local library. That building is a gold mine, and it's free. Borrow a biography of someone you admire, or a book on gardening. Watch a documentary on nature. Download a free language app on your phone and learn 5 new words in Spanish. Do a crossword puzzle. It's simple, but it's so powerful. This isn't about pressure. It's about pleasure. If you try something and you don't like it, stop. Try something else. The goal is simply to be curious again. To be an explorer, right from the comfort of your own living room. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? The power of your own brain. If you're a little surprised or inspired by what your mind is still capable of, let me know. Comment "Wow" below. Number 4. Find comfort in nature and movement. When we spend a lot of time alone, especially if we're feeling a bit down, it is so very easy to become one with a recliner. That big, comfy chair. It can feel like a safe haven, but it can also become a trap. You sit, and before you know it, the whole day has just passed. Your body gets stiff. Your joints get achy. And your mood just sinks. It's a vicious cycle. You feel stiff, so you don't want to move. And because you don't move, you feel even stiffer. It's a trap I've seen hundreds of my patients fall into. This is a simple biological fact. Your body, my body, every body was designed to move. When you move, even gently, your body releases a wonderful, natural cocktail of chemicals called endorphins. These are your body's natural pain relievers and, just as importantly, your body's natural mood boosters. At the same time, getting outside, just stepping onto the porch or the balcony, exposes you to sunlight. That sunlight hits your skin and tells your body to produce vitamin D, which is absolutely essential for bone health and, again, for regulating your mood. The fresh air itself, it changes your brain chemistry. It's an almost instant antidepressant, and it's completely free. Now, listen to me. This is important. When I say movement, I am not talking about running a marathon. I am not talking about lifting heavy weights or going to some loud, intimidating gym. For many of us over 65, the gym is the last place we want to be. And frankly, it's unnecessary. We're not training for the Olympics. We are simply living. And for that, we need gentle, consistent movement. Just walking, just stretching, just bending to water a plant. It's enough. It gets the blood flowing. It lubricates the joints. Yes, even those achy ones. And it clears the mind. If you wake up feeling stiff as a board, or if you feel that blah feeling, that low-grade gloom that just follows you around, or if you just feel disconnected, that's the symptom. Your body is asking you, gently, please, let's move. The science is undeniable. Study after study confirms that gentle, regular exercise, like walking, is one of the most effective treatments for mild to moderate depression at any age. And for seniors, the connection to nature is profound. They even have a name for it: ecotherapy. Being in, or even just looking at, a natural setting, a park, a tree outside your window, a simple potted plant, it measurably lowers your blood pressure. It reduces your body's main stress hormone, cortisol. Nature becomes a companion. It's a loyal, quiet companion that doesn't ask anything of you. It just gives. I had a patient, Robert, a wonderful gentleman, but he was in a bad way. He had achy knees, really achy, and he was just sad. He'd lost his wife, and he just sat inside all day. I didn't tell him to run. I didn't even tell him to go for a walk. My prescription was this: Robert, I want you to sit on your front porch for 15 minutes every morning. That's it. Just sit. Well, he did. And after a week, he told me he started to notice the birds. Then, he decided to buy a couple of small potted plants to put on the porch. He started watering them. Then, he started walking to the mailbox. Now, he walks around the block every single day. He told me, those birds and my little tomato plants, they're my friends. They were waiting for me. So, let's be like Robert. Make nature your friend. You don't have to go hike a mountain. Just open the window. Listen to the birds. If you can, sit on your front porch or your balcony. Walk to the mailbox and back. Slowly. Notice the sky. If you have a little patch of sun, get a pot and plant one single tomato plant. Water it. Watch it grow. It will give you a reason to get up and get out. Here's your action for tomorrow. Just step outside. Stand there. And take 5 deep breaths of fresh air. That's your start. Are you with me on this? If you promise to get just 5 minutes of fresh air tomorrow, just 5, let me know. Comment healthy below. It's a promise to yourself. Number 5. Practice gratitude and positive self-talk. This one is so important. When you spend a lot of time by yourself, your thoughts, well, they become your closest companions. They are the loudest voice in the room. And for so many of us, that voice is not very kind. It's an inner critic. It's the voice that says, "You're useless. No one calls. No one cares. You're a burden. You didn't do enough." It's a voice of regret. We would never, ever speak to another human being, not even a stranger, the way we sometimes speak to ourselves. And that constant, negative chatter, it is a poison. It is the true source of loneliness. There's a reason our brains do this. It's called a negativity bias. It's an old, primitive survival mechanism. Your brain is designed to look for threats, to scan for what's wrong. It helped our ancestors survive in a dangerous world. But now, when the main threat is just an empty house, the brain doesn't know what to do. So, it turns on you. It starts to see you as the problem. Gratitude and positive self-talk. These are not fluffy or silly ideas. They are clinical tools. They are the antidote to the negativity bias. They actively, manually, rewire your brain to scan for what is right. As we get older, it is so very easy to focus on what we've lost. We've lost our youth, our strength, our careers. Maybe we've lost dear friends or a partner. The loss column can feel very, very long. If that is all you focus on, of course you're going to feel sad. Of course you are. Gratitude is the conscious, courageous act of focusing on what you still have. And positive self-talk. It's the act of becoming your own best friend right now, when you need one the most. If you find yourself just ruminating, that's the word for it. Just going over old regrets in your mind again and again. Or if you feel that sinking feeling of, what's the use? Or you catch yourself thinking, I'm just a burden. That is the symptom. That is your inner critic at the wheel. The science is remarkable. Dr. Robert Emmons, a top researcher in this field, proved that practicing gratitude, just writing down a few things you're thankful for, can measurably increase your happiness, reduce depression, and even improve your immune system. It's not magic. It's biology. It shifts your focus, and your brain chemistry follows. And positive self-talk. It calms the fight or flight part of your brain, the amygdala. It literally calms you down from the inside out. I'm thinking of my patient, Helen. She was convinced, absolutely convinced, she was a burden on her children. She would apologize for everything. I'm sorry to bother you. I'm sorry, I need a ride. I gave her a prescription. I said, Helen, I want you to buy a little notebook. One of those cheap spiral notebooks from the dollar store. And every night, before you go to sleep, I want you to write down just one, good thing that happened that day. She told me later she struggled at first. She was so out of practice. Her first entry was just, the soup was hot. That's all she could find. But she kept going. A short phone call from my grandson. The sun came out for 10 minutes. I saw a red bird. After a month, she came back to my office, and she opened that notebook. It was full. She looked at me and said, Doctor, I realize my life is still quite full. So, tonight, let's be like Helen. Get a piece of paper. Buy that dollar notebook. Write down one good thing. And the next time, the very next time, you hear that negative voice, I want you to stop. Just stop. And ask yourself, would I say this to my dearest friend? And if the answer is no, then you do not get to say it to yourself. This is not, I repeat, not about ignoring your pain or pretending to be happy when you're sad. That's not healthy. If you are sad, you are allowed to be sad. Your feelings are real. This is about balance. It's about choosing not to let that sadness or that inner critic be the only voice you hear. And that brings us to number 6. Explore new ways to connect with the world. This is the one we started with. That core feeling. I don't have any friends nearby. I don't know where to go to meet people. I'm not a joiner. This feeling of being completely disconnected from the social world. It feels like everyone else is busy, and you're on the outside, looking in. It's a deeply painful feeling, and it's the one that my patient Arthur struggled with the most. As human beings, we are social creatures. We are wired for connection. But here is the secret. A secret that took me years of practice to truly understand. Connection does not have to mean a big party. It doesn't have to mean having 10 best friends you see every week. Connection, the feeling we crave, comes from 2 simple things. Feeling like you are part of something bigger than yourself, and feeling useful. That's it. Part of something and useful. This is the final, crucial piece of the puzzle. In your old life, you had these connections built in automatically. You were part of a team at work. You were part of a family unit, raising kids. You were useful every single day. Now, those roles have faded, and that is a profound, real loss. So, we must find new ways to feel part of something and useful. And these new ways, they are often quieter. They are more purpose-driven. This isn't about making friends. It's about finding purpose. When you find purpose, friendship is often a happy side effect. If you feel truly alone, and you feel useless, that is the symptom. It's a sign that you're ready, not for a party, but for a purpose. The psychological data on this is crystal clear. Of all the activities a person can do, volunteering is the single fastest, most reliable way to boost your own happiness and sense of well-being. When you give back, when you help someone else, your brain is flooded with all the best chemicals. It gives you a reason to get up. It gives you a place to be. It instantly makes you useful and part of something. And that brings me right back to my patient, Arthur. The man in the recliner. The man who felt invisible. This was his secret. This was strategy number 6. Do you know what he did? He didn't join a loud dance club. He didn't go to the senior center to play bingo. He started volunteering. Just 2 hours, twice a week, at the local library. He sits in a quiet room, and he mends old, torn children's books. He uses special glue and clear tape. He told me, "Doctor, I don't talk much to the other people, but I know that this work I'm doing, it's letting some little kid read a book that was broken. I feel useful again." He found his purpose in the quiet. So, I want you to think, where can you be useful? Forget making friends. Look for purpose. Could you volunteer at the local food bank, sorting cans? Or at your church, folding bulletins? Or at the hospital, just giving directions? Could you read to children at the library, or help mend books, like Arthur? Even, just calling a relative who you know is also alone, just once a week. That is a purpose. Find one small way to give back this week. I know this can feel intimidating. I know that. The first step is the hardest. But you are not signing a life contract. You are just trying something. If you don't like it, you can try something else. The goal is to just open the door, just a crack, and let the world back in on your terms. And so, as we come to the end of our time together today, I want to go back to my patient, Arthur, the man who sat in his recliner, feeling invisible. Today, Arthur still lives alone. His house is still quiet, but he is no longer lonely. He is a reader. He is a bookmender down at the local library. He is a walker who knows the names of the birds in his neighborhood. He is, as he tells me with a little smile, busy living his life on his own terms. As you can see from Arthur's journey, and from these 6 strategies, happiness when you are alone, it isn't something that just happens to you. It's not magic. It is a choice. A choice you can make every single day. More than that, it's a habit. It's a skill. It's like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it gets. Please, if you take nothing else away today, remember this. Your value, your worth as a human being. It is not measured by the number of friends you have or how many invitations you get on a Saturday night. Your true value is measured by the peace, the purpose, and the kindness that you build right inside of yourself. We've explored 6 powerful strategies today. But as your doctor, I know that knowledge is only powerful when we put it into action. Information doesn't change a life. Action does. So now, I have one important question for you. What is the one small commitment you are making to yourself, for yourself, after watching this video? Just one small thing. Maybe it's, I will start that gratitude journal tonight. Or perhaps it's, tomorrow, I will take that 5-minute walk outside. Or maybe, I will just sit by the window and listen, without the TV. Please, share your personal commitment in the comments below. It's a promise to yourself. And it shows others in our community that they are taking that first step, too. Let's inspire one another. And if you found real value in our time together today, if this brought you even a little bit of peace or inspiration, please show your support by giving this video a like. It truly does help. To make sure you continue on this journey with us, and never miss another video full of this kind of wisdom, please hit that subscribe button. It's more than just subscribing. It means you are joining a community of friends, all dedicated to living our best, wisest lives together. And finally, think of one person, just one, who might be sitting in a quiet room today, feeling the way you used to feel. Please, share this message with them. You might just be giving them the gift they need most. Thank you for watching. Take good care of yourself. And I'll see you in the next video.